For years, whispers about friction between Jay-Z and 50 Cent have fueled industry talk, and now 50 is bringing that old fire back to the surface with a sharper edge. He's revisiting the behind-the-scenes drama, challenging long-standing narratives about influence, control, and the real power structure in music.
I remember one time walking in the studio, Bleak Beans, everybody was in there, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now, just flood it, put out a lot of music, because 50 Cent is coming. And, you know, 4 months later, In the Club hit, and it was over. And it was just like, okay, now everybody got to sit on the sidelines and wait this tidal wave out.
There's a huge difference in energy internationally in 50 Cent and Jay-Z. In fact, his largest selling record sold 430-something thousand copies. My largest selling records sold 5 million. Let them be fooled in America and think there's a competition there. Because America can be purchased. You can buy it with marketing dollars. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of the world, there's not enough marketing dollars to go around.
That's why I made a statement about Taylor Swift.
I wish you would come take one of my awards so I could black his eye in front of everybody.
And Jay disagrees.
I want everyone to be clear. No one's scared of 50 Cent.
Does that bother you? Does it bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just his choice.
Why would you have to make that clear when no one's ever asked me if I'm afraid of Jay-Z?
The public is responding to his punk presentation. It's not 50 Cent. I don't have a problem with him. Kanye would not take a trophy from me. Neither Jay-Z.
Right.
Neither one of them.
What would you have?
Industry talk has long hinted at tension when 50 Cent joined the Super Bowl lineup, with claims that Jay-Z wasn't fully supportive until Eminem pushed for 50's spot. Whether the story was exaggerated or just misunderstood, it kept the conversation alive about the dynamics between these major artists. For many fans, it simply highlighted how consistently Eminem has backed 50 throughout their careers.
You couldn't sell more records than Jay-Z. But all you had to do was listen to Benny Siegel, and Benny Siegel was, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, he said that. That was the first of me actually hearing it. Like, oh shit. Like, I used to have questions like why every time my album dropped, Jay would drop right on top of me. He wouldn't let me breathe or right before me. Like, I was always close, and we always thought like, damn, if a kid, back then it was physical copies. So if you had $20, $20 that you saved up and you was going to buy an album, and it's under the same house, Rockefeller, between Jay and BC, 9 times out of 10 you won't buy the Jay-Z album. I never understood that every single album that I dropped, Jay dropped right on top. And it was like, damn, like that in-house competition at that magnitude was crazy. Jay already the boss, but I always thought that, like, let me breathe. But to maliciously plot to hold me back, I don't know, man. I don't believe that. I don't want to believe that. I mean, but like I said, Dame would know better than me.
Despite his massive success, 50 Cent is often respected for staying connected to the people around him, with artists like Tony Yayo calling him a grounded rap legend who remains accessible to those rising in the culture. Some fans contrast this with the belief that Jay-Z carries himself with a more distant, larger-than-life presence, creating a noticeable difference in how the community views these two icons.
The big homie Jay-Z, right? I said to my nephew, I said, yo, listen, I have to ask him this straight up. So I said, yo, why, who is the people that's on NFL? And he said to me, and I'm sorry for anybody who don't understand, and he said, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy? I'm digging this Jimmy Iovine. And he said, no, Eminem called directly for 50. And he said,
that's his God.
He said, I can't do it if I can't bring 50 up.
But that's his God.
That's beautiful.
And guess who's Dre's God?
Jay-Z has long been seen as a strategic, business-driven figure, with critics claiming many of his moves are designed to strengthen his influence. Supporters argue his rise is simply the result of talent and discipline, but over time, voices in the industry, including 50 Cent, have questioned the carefully crafted image surrounding Jay-Z's partnership with Beyoncé, viewing it as a highly calculated alliance. While fans widely celebrate them as one of music's strongest power couples, Jay-Z's presence at major awards shows like the Grammys has continued to grow since their union, keeping conversations alive about how deliberately he shapes his legacy and how focused he is on maintaining an untouchable aura in the industry.
But you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and Jay gotta remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, Diddy, but all that crazy shit going on. But, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the guys. You know what I'm saying? The guys with the most money and the most influence. So with Jay is like, when the last time you haven't seen Jay. So I think people are just going to say that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I mean, Jay, you got to remember, he didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl. That was crazy. I'm like,
wait, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl?
Know that? Yeah, he didn't want.
I remember Eminem pushed for it.
That was some hate. Yeah,
I remember Eminem was like, I'm not going to do it unless 50 does it. I heard that.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that Jay was trying to stop it.
I don't think Jay. I don't know. 50 never told me that, but I don't think Jay wanted him there. I don't know
because of what some of the.
I mean, it's competition. You got to think, 50 always been competition for Jay. Remember, I'm about $1. What the 50 Cent?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was what, 9? What was that? 9?
But after that, they did a song together. Remember the whole
50
was
always competition for. Then remember, Jay said, "Yo, 50's coming." He told Siegel and them, and Memphis Bleak and all them.
Yeah.
And come on, 50's like he's on a whole nother level. You got to remember, he came after. He came after Jay and Rockefeller. G-Unit came, and people might G-Unit, but with Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, nobody has outsold us, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody has had the effect that we had.
Industry speculation around Jay-Z and Beyoncé's relationship has sparked debate for years, with some critics claiming their partnership was designed to elevate their careers, while fans argue their bond is genuine and enduring. Rumors about Jay-Z's personal life have surfaced repeatedly in tabloids and online discussions, though none have ever been confirmed. Similar conversations have followed Rihanna's early rise, with people revisiting how young artists are introduced to the industry and how power dynamics can shape their first steps. While these narratives continue to circle through fan discussions, they remain part of the broader mythology and controversy that often surrounds major figures in entertainment.
2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a Black Billionaires lunch. Yeah. You understand?
Right.
And we here together and we're gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us. Black excellence.
The new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like
to us. Black excellence.
That had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's a billionaire brunch. Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you this year. Come on, bro.
In December 1999, Jay-Z found himself at the center of major headlines after he was accused of injuring music executive Lance Rivera during an altercation at the Kit Kat Club in New York City, a case that drew intense media attention. He later accepted a misdemeanor charge related to the incident, marking one of the most frequently revisited moments from his early career. Around that time, Rihanna would eventually emerge as one of music's most prominent stars, further shaping the landscape of modern entertainment.
When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. No, those trophies. Trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
This guy. You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammys.
he had one.
Exactly.
He had
And
one.
he ain't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he's been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. At the same time, he got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him like thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see their kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them.
Why are you so on top of the business side of Jay-Z? You know what I'm saying? Some people like to just be an artist.
Yeah, I was actually forced to be an artist and a businessman because when I tried to get a deal, I couldn't get a deal, so I had to create Rockefeller Records. We actually created Rockefeller Records from nothing. And, so I was forced to know both sides of the business.
Over the years, Jay-Z has acknowledged past mistakes in his relationship with Beyoncé, fueling speculation about what happened behind the scenes. Rumors spiked after the 2014 Met Gala elevator footage showed Solange confronting Jay-Z while Beyoncé stayed calm, sparking widespread debate about their family dynamics and what led to the confrontation.
Eva Rihanna. She's from Barbados?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, she's Bayesian. How did you come in contact with her? I mean, did you fly over there?
No, Jay Brown had actually bought me the song. She has a song right now, and it's I wouldn't say massive because of her roots, but she has this outrageous song called Pound the Replay. And he played that song for me, and I was scared. I was like, that song is too big for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, a new artist, when a song is that big, it's it's hard to come back from. And I don't sign songs, I sign artists.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Why don't you break down the difference between that? Because, the viewing public might not understand that.
Some people chase the hot song for a minute, and then they sign, based on the song. I want to sign it based on an artist, based on, or based on the swagger, based on the level of talent, based on the writing, So I was a little reluctant when I first heard the song, and then, he kept going, Jay Brown, he kept being persistent. I was like, you know what, bring her by. And when she walked into our office, I was like, she just had, it was just something about her. It was just, she had this, it was just something about it. And then she performed the song, and I was like, okay. Then, we sat down and we talked, and they were talking about how she would stay in the studio and try to get the verse over, and then come back the next day. I was like, oh, work ethic, everything is there. So we signed it that night. We didn't let her leave the office.
Really?
The 3 a.m. was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 a.m. Wow. That day, I was absolutely certain.
But Jaguar has been warning us about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's very She's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry. What I will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows.
Rihanna was trafficked to Def Jam. She was an innocent baby when she came over here. And look at her now. 14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room. Auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone with no parental supervision. Her father collected a $500,000 check. She has the fastest inked deal in Def Jam.
Industry insiders and fans have long speculated about the complexities of Jay-Z and Beyoncé's relationship, noting how intensely public both their personal and professional lives are. Rumors involving other prominent artists added fuel to the conversation, while Beyoncé's calm public demeanor only deepened the intrigue. For many, this has sparked debate over whether their partnership is guided more by strategy, loyalty, or a mix of both, keeping the world captivated by one of music's most influential couples.
Jay-Z turned himself in tonight, and the cops started working on his rap sheet, accusing him of a stabbing at a trendy party.
Kimberly Richardson is at Midtown South right now. Kimberly.
Well, Rosanna, just a few hours ago, police here at Midtown South arrested Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. The rap star voluntarily turned himself in here at the precinct earlier this evening. Now, Carter is being held here in connection with that stabbing fight that erupted at the Kit Kat Club last night. But just a few moments ago, Carter's attorney had this to say.
He's not involved in this, period.
He was at the club?
That's my only comment. He wasn't involved in this.
So it was someone else that did the stabbing and the hitting?
I didn't say that. I said he was not involved in it.
Now, Slovis goes on to say that at no time was Jay-Z hiding from the police, that they were in touch with cops all day and that they're trying to resolve this as gentlemen. But as Mike Sheehan shows us, others say they've seen the dark side of Jay-Z.
I have my faults. You know, I'm not a perfect.
A recent legal filing has grabbed attention by naming Jay-Z in a lawsuit stemming from an alleged assault at a 2000 MTV Video Music Awards afterparty. Jay-Z has denied the claims, calling them false and insisting that any investigation should proceed through criminal, not civil, channels. He also criticized the attorney handling the case, accusing them of using the situation for personal gain. The filing has reignited conversations about high-profile legal battles in entertainment and the intense scrutiny public figures face when serious allegations arise.
Difficult to say, I'm going to talk about the problems in our marriage. I'm going to talk about how we almost lost things. And for her to say, I'm going to talk about my pain and anger at you. What were those conversations like?
Again, it didn't happen in that way. It happened, we were using our art almost like a therapy session, and we started making music together. And then the music she was making at that time was further along, so her album came out as opposed to the joint album that we were working on. We still have a lot of that music, and this is what it became. There was never a point where it was like, I'm making this album. I was there.
Right.
I was right there the entire time.
And what was her reaction to your work, and what was your reaction to hers? They must have caused, I think, they were pain both, for each of you, right?
Of course. And both very, very uncomfortable, but sitting in that, the best place in a hurricane is like in the middle of it.
Yeah.
We were sitting in the eye of that hurricane. Maybe not use hurricane because so many people are being affected right now, but the best place is right in the middle of the pain.
Right.
And that's where we were sitting, and it was uncomfortable. And we had a lot of conversations, and really proud of the music she made, and she was really proud of the art I released. And, at the end of the day, we really have a healthy respect for one another's craft. I think she's amazing.
Right.
Most people walk away and like divorce rate is like 50% or something, because most people can't see themselves. The hardest thing is seeing pain on someone's face that you caused and then have to deal with yourself.
Yeah.
So most people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You don't want to look inside yourself. And so you walk away. It's my soulmate, it's the person I love, and you can be in love with someone. You can love someone and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're going to have complications, period. And if you can either address it or you can pretend until it blows up at some point. And, for us, we chose to fight for our love, for our family, to give our kids a different outcome. You see, to break that cycle. For Black men and women, to see a different outcome. Like you were saying, it's not this celebrity couple. We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to.
While much of the industry has stayed quiet, 50 Cent has never held back. On a recent episode of the Flagrant podcast, he criticized the culture of secrecy and power in music, pointing out how many stay silent to protect their reputations. His blunt observations shine a light on his rivalry with Jay-Z and reveal the broader dynamics of influence, control, and unspoken conflicts that have long driven conversation in hip-hop.
And a new twist in a high-profile lawsuit accuses rapper Jay-Z of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The lawsuit, originally filed in October, was refiled today to include Jay-Z as a defendant. The anonymous accuser claims the assault occurred at an MTV Video Music Awards after party. Jay-Z has denied the allegations in a statement on Roc Nation's Instagram, calling the accusations heinous and urging a criminal complaint be filed instead of a civil one. He also criticized the attorney behind the lawsuit, Tony Busby, accusing him of exploiting the case for personal gain.
50 Cent went all out on Big Boy TV, targeting Jay-Z with his trademark sharp humor and fearless take. He poked fun at Jay-Z's recent style choices, likening them to artistic trends, and made it clear he speaks his mind freely, something few in the industry dare to do. For 50, there are no filters or limits. If he has an opinion, he's sharing it, no matter who's listening.
Worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way. Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up.
I don't got that in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like,
I took.
Not that it's real enough.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better, for her to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the happened. What the is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drink. I gave me the drug to perform, so she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. I don't know why it's so hard for people
so
just
for
to
people to feel like you would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what is that?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip hop culture could think that everybody in hip hop culture is with.
Jaguar Wright has been outspoken about her experiences in the music industry, including working with Jay-Z. She portrays him as highly calculated and formidable in business, a figure whose influence few are willing to challenge. Her insights contribute to the ongoing discussion about power, strategy, and hierarchy in hip-hop, showing how industry dynamics can shape both careers and reputations.
Look, Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No. I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL has some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying, told Jay, he was telling me, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50, right? And I'm like,
That's when I start saying crazy stuff because I start looking, I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so you image yourself after a gay painter. Your big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
So
this.
now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they Harper, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M.
I hadn't seen it till this morning when I saw this headline. Kim found it for me. Let's watch this clip quickly.
Crazy
Let's
that you
watch
haven't
Tyra
seen
pushing to get this out of Rihanna, and when it does, man, it made me feel very, very uncomfortable.
Audition. But before I met him, I was so nervous. I was shaking literally. But the moment I walked into the office, the atmosphere was so warm and welcoming.
You had to sing a cappella for him?
Yes, I had to sing. I sang Fun to Replay. I sang another ballad from the album last time.
So then what did he say to you? He said something to you.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, I'm very interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief.
But then he said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, he said it one more.
I did a lot of homework on you, this lady.
He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
So you was like, where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm signing.
Yeah.
The audience is so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if Tyra was trying to get that on the record, but my God, what Jaguar? He threatened her. This is her own words coming out of her mouth, and she was a kid at that time, correct?
15-year-old girl who had been flown to the United States without parental supervision or a chaperone, brought to a grown man's office in a large corporate Manhattan building. Everybody knew when she flew in. I was there the day she got signed.
And
beautiful.
When I met her that day, I knew she was a star. Like, just her look, the way she walked into a room and her confidence, and she performed in my office.
And she was what, 17 years old at that
She
point?
was 16.
16. And she has the confidence of it. She's
Yeah.
like an old soul in a
Yeah,
sense, right?
absolutely.
So she walks in your office and what, she just belts out a tune?
Belts out of tune, she performs, and I tell her, there's no way out of this office. I signed her that day.
50 Cent has often highlighted the close ties between Jay-Z and Diddy, framing them as two powerful forces in the same arena. According to him, the key difference is Jay-Z's quiet, strategic approach versus Diddy's more visible moves, showcasing the different ways influence and power are exercised at the top of the music world. Team 50 Cent doesn't play by rules of fame or connections. He speaks freely, pulling back the curtain on a side of Jay-Z few in the industry dare to discuss. Beneath the carefully curated billionaire mogul image lies a story rarely told, leaving fans questioning what 50 Cent sees that everyone else avoids saying out loud.